Hey everyone, this is Chase, and today I'm recording my elevator speech presentation over full practice authority to nurse anesthetist. So the first point I would like to address is that CRNAs are the most cost-effective approach to anesthesia. So the mean CRNA salary is $214,000, whereas the mean anesthesiologist salary is $339,000. Now, if we look at that here, the difference of $125,000 multiplied by the number of CRNAs reported by labor statistics in 2023 of 47,810, that equals to roughly $6 billion a year that we could be producing in savings through using CRNAs to their full scope of practice. Down here at the bottom on the left, a chart of nurse anesthetists and the annual mean wage breakdown of the top areas they are employed. And on the right, the same thing, but for anesthesiologists. And we just look at the number one spot here, Office of Physicians. The nurse anesthetist bringing a mean wage of $207,000, whereas on the right, the anesthesiologist bringing a mean wage of $358,000. So in the top area of employment, there's a substantial difference between the two as far as wage goes. Education of CRNAs can often be used as a means to try and not promote the independent practice of CRNAs just because we are viewed as less than an MD per se. But overall, CRNAs and anesthesiologists are both prepared to deliver anesthesia in the operating room. And I think a lot of this is coming from just people not understanding the education of CRNAs. So as of 2025, all CRNA programs have transitioned to a doctorate degree, so that is a 3-year program. A prerequisite to getting into those programs is to have a BSN, which is a 4-year degree, and a minimum of 1 year ICU experience is required as a means to get accepted into that doctorate program. Now, the Council of Accreditation has stated that the average applicant has 2 to 3 years of experience. So when CRNA programs are releasing nurse anesthetists into the wild, per se, they are joining the anesthesia workforce with 9 to 10 years of experience. So it's not that, a CRNA doesn't have experience. Again, when they're released as a new grad, they're having roughly 10 years of experience already in healthcare. The final point I would like to cover is the potential for CRNAs to fill a provider shortage across the country. Currently, as it was of 2023, CRNAs, there are 47,810 employed, and anesthesiologists, 33,470 employed. Now, on the right side here, that is the map for the anesthesiologist, and there's a substantial lack of color, we'll say, in the Midwest here. Now, if we look on the left side for the nurse anesthetist, there's a lot more color in that Midwest region, and a lot of that is because of rural hospitals. The rural hospitals tend to have more CRNAs, again, because anesthesiologists don't want to live in the middle of nowhere, and they'd rather live on the coast, and we can see that as far as the spread goes as the color on that right-sided map. So thank you everyone for listening, and I'm looking forward to seeing other presentations.